Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning chemistry classes for first year. The running chapter is stoichiometry and now we are in session number 42. In previous session we discussed about calculating the equivalent weights which is related to normality, the concentration term normality, and in measuring that equivalent weights where we have to use the Z factor, where we have to use the N factor, and how to find the N factor for different compounds provided and when they are involved in the reaction. All these we discussed and we measured the equivalent weights of a few exceptional cases also. Is it not? With all that conclusion, now we are going to discuss about the topic which is related to the titration. That is, titration is nothing but one method which is involving the concentration terms. Just it is titrations. And what are titrations? First of all, in this session, let us have a broad view, a broad discussion on this, elaborated discussion on this titration. What is titration? How many types it is? And during titration, how we can decide the concentration terms? All these, each and every term, if you are thorough with that one, then when we are solving the numericals related to different kinds of titrations, you can easily follow such type of questions. Clear? And thereby here first let us start the lesson related to titrations. It is a new topic. Just you remember, new topic that is present in our stoichiometry. Actually, this titration is directly they may not ask the question, but it is of related to all types of reactions, whether it is a acid base reaction or whether it is of a redox reaction, because without these two, acid and base can react or an oxidant can react with a reductant, like that. Without these two phenomena, that is acid base neutralization or oxidation, that is redox reaction, we can't expect any chemical reaction in general. Clear? And now to those type of reactions, the term related on that is nothing but which is of involving or which is of related to the concentrations of the reactants involved in the reaction. That process is nothing but titration here. And first let me explain. Titration is nothing but a method to determine concentration of unknown solution with standard solution. Just you remember, these are the two terms what we should have grip, what we should have thoroughly understand, and thorough understanding. These are the terms: unknown solution and standard solution. To determine concentration of unknown solution with standard solution, first of all we should know what is a standard solution. Standard solution is nothing but known concentrated solution. Concentrated solution is known as standard solution. A known concentrated solution. Known concentrated, how we know? Just it is nothing but when the solution is prepared by applying molarity is equal to weight by molecular weight into volume of solution in ml, 1000 by volume of solution in ml. By using a certain amount of, or by dissolving a certain amount of a substance in a certain volume of the solution, we can directly measure the molarity or normality of that particular solution. Is it not? So when solution is prepared by measuring the quantities, we know the concentration of that solution. That solution is known as standard solution, known concentrated solution. Clear? So with this known concentrated solution, nothing but by using standard solution, measuring the concentration of unknown solution, some other solution is given and it is asked to measure the concentration of that solution. Then by using the standard solution, that is known concentrated solution, we can measure it. That process of measuring the concentration of unknown solution by using the standard solution is known as titration. And here different kinds of titrations are there. And let me give that list. It is nothing but here different types of titrations if we consider. First one is simple titration. Simple titrations, and these simple titrations in general involve acid base titrations. Just you remember, acid base titration, and these acid base titrations are also known as neutralization reactions. These are different terms what we are using in this titration process. Simple titrations, best example acid base titration. And this acid and base, when they are reacting with each other, what is happening? Simply we know neutralization. Neutralization is nothing but salt, the acid and base on reaction giving salt and water, is it not? So that is the best example. And second one is nothing but double titration. Double titration, the meaning itself is indicating 2 times we have to titrate. And here in our syllabus, whether it is present in stoichiometry, actually we should know, we should have an idea about this meaning of the double titration. And on this double titration, actually the question is related to first year group compounds. It is nothing but here double titrations are related to NaOH and Na2CO3 and NaHCO3. These are the 3 compounds related to sodium, the first year group element. And now any 2 of these 3, either it may be NaOH or Na2CO3 or Na2CO3 and NaHCO3 or NaOH and NaHCO3. Any 2 of these 3 will present in this solution, and we have to measure the relative amounts of those 2 compounds. In such a case, only here, no other place we are using the double titration. And from this double titration in your NCERT textbook, there are some questions. And during finding the relative amounts of this NaOH or Na2CO3 or NaHCO3, where 2 compounds of these 3 are present in the solution, it is nothing but solution of mixture. The relative amount can be measured by using the technique double titration. Here the name itself indicates that we have to conduct the titrations in 2 times. Clear? And next one, third one is back titration. Back titration is nothing but here also, once we are of titrating a base. For example, let me give that meaning of back titration. Base unknown, it is unknown base is titrated with acid by taking excess, and this excess acid is used to titrate the base, unknown base. Excess in volume, its concentration is known, so this is nothing but a standard solution, known concentrated solution, but volume is not restricted, excess volume is taken. And now to find that excess acid present after titration, again this is titrated with a base which is standard solution. So one base is unknown. To measure the unknown base solution concentration, we are using standard solution of acid. Standard solution of acid means it is nothing but known concentrated acid, but that acid volume is taken in excess. So now to find that excess amount of acid present in that solution, in that neutralization, we are again using a standard solution of base, unknown, known. So here why it is back titration? Base titrated with acid, that acid is now titrated with base, back to back. That is the meaning. And fourth one is nothing but redox titrations. Simply, in case if we are discussing in a simple manner, these redox titrations are of different kinds. We need not go for all those different types of, because it is beyond the scope of our exam, that is our NEET level. But this redox titration is one kind of simple titration, when only one oxidizing agent, one reducing agent, these 2 involved in that redox reaction, then it is a simple reaction, is it not? And thereby simple titration. So these are the 4 basic types of titrations. and where in all these titrations the ultimate purpose is nothing but by using a standard solution, that is nothing but known concentrated solution, we tend to find out the concentration of unknown solution or the given solution. Clear? These are different titrations, that is simple and double titration, back titration, redox titration. And now let me give the highlighted or salient features of these titrations. And what is, first let me explain this titration reaction, what is happening when an acid is titrated with a base, and how to find the concentrations, all these, and how these are related to concentration terms, that is nothing but molarity or normality, or how it is related to this stoichiometry. All these we have to discuss. And here let me give acid base titration. Acid base titration. Actually this acid base titration topic is related to ionic equilibrium. There once again you are coming across this one, and there we are using one term, that is nothing but acid base indicator. I think most of you may know about that indicator. Indicator is nothing but an organic compound that is exhibiting different colors in different media. Again I am repeating, indicators are nothing but organic compounds that are able to exhibit different colors in different media. Here different media is nothing but either acid or base. Say for example an X indicator, it may exhibit A color in acid and B color in base. Exactly when these two, that is neither acid nor base present, that is nothing but neutral condition, it is not at all possible to stop exactly in between these two. But once the color is coming slowly, and sudden change in color from A to B, where it happens, that is considered as the neutralization point. Just you remember. So organic compounds that exhibit different colors in different media are known as indicators, and indicators are exhibiting different colors in different media. These are used to find the neutralization point. And now first, the neutralization point, where, how to identify this neutralization point? Just by using the indicator when we are adding acid or base to other compound. That is, if we are taking acid, we have to add base. If we are taking base, we have to add acid. In such addition, by using the indicator, if addition slowly adding at particular point, when the color of that solution suddenly change, there the end of the neutralization. Clear? And now in such case, to find out that neutralization, we are using these indicators. And now here how it is conducted, it is nothing but practical importance also there for this neutralization. These reactions, that is nothing but the practical experiments related to acid base titration or redox titrations is known as volumetric analysis. You remember, volumetric analysis is nothing but the titration related analysis, that is concentration term related analysis. Here if we are taking unknown solution in a beaker, conical flask, we can say, here in this one we are taking 20 ml or V1 ml of unknown solution, and its concentration is M1. We don't know. To find this unknown solution concentration, we are doing this titration. For let us consider this is unknown acid solution, okay, and its volume we are taking this volume V1. Say for example V1 may be 20 ml or 10 ml, 15 ml, like that. You can take whatever the volume you required. And to this unknown solution we are adding base of known concentration with the help of burette. Here, just by using burette, this base solution which is taken in burette is run into this acid solution slowly, drop by drop. We are adding. It is of fixed with the stand, and you can go through all these experiments in your lab in second year. You need not worry about this. And it is fixed with this, and here it is with a 0 reading, and up to that 0 reading we are taking the base, and when we are running that base into this acid, and from acid H plus is there, and from this base OH minus is there, these two combine to give water. Now in case if it is NaOH and HCl is acid and NaOH is base, these two combine to give NaCl, it is salt, and H2O. Now this is neutral solution actually. And now in the beginning, if it is acid and it is the base, if we are using an indicator, for example, let me give that it is nothing but phenolphthalein indicator. One of the best example of indicator is phenolphthalein indicator. It is added to this, and where phenolphthalein in acid medium gives pale yellow color, pale yellow or almost no color, pale yellow color. And now to this pale yellow solution, when the base solution is added, clear, and at certain volume added, say for example it is dropping and it is dropped up to this, and suddenly at that point, if the color changes from yellow to pink color appearance, just it is nothing but with our naked eye we can observe the color difference, isn't it? It is nothing but vicinity, visible to our naked eye. With normal eyes also we can observe the color change. So when sudden color change appeared, there we have to consider it as the neutralization point. It is neutralization point. Okay, and at that neutralization point, the concentrations of these acid and base related by law of neutralization. It is nothing but in terms of molarity. If it is molarity, then we have to consider M1 V1 by N1 is equal to M2 V2 by N2, where N1 N2 are the coefficients that involved in balancing equation. Say for example, if NaOH is reacting with a H2SO4, and here 2 moles of NaOH will react to give Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. Here if it is N1 is 2, here it is N2, then it is 1. So this is base and it is acid. These are the coefficients that are related to this. When there is no number, it is by default 1. Is it not? So like this, with this neutralization point, how to find? When there is sudden change in color, when we are adding the base to the acid after using the indicator, that indicates the neutralization point. At that exact neutralization point, with reference to molarity, this is the relation. So now when this volume of the acid is known, now let us consider it may be taken as base, because already it is mentioned volume of acid is N1, here N2 is 2, N1 is 1. It is acid and it is base. Okay, and volume of acid is taken by us, so it is known. We have to measure this M1. How much M1? What is the volume concentration of that acid? And this N1 is from this stoichiometric equation, balanced equation. This is N1, we know. And M2, this base, standard solution means its concentration is known, M2 is known, so it is known. And now from this burette reading from this to this, here is, say for example, if it is coming to 20, this reading is 20, 0 to 20 means 20 ml is dropped, that is V2. V2 can be known from burette reading. And then N2 is nothing but the balanced equation coefficient of base. By these N1 and N2 are only from stoichiometric equation, that's why these titrations are related to stoichiometry. I think now you got the idea how these titrations, that is nothing but acid base or redox titrations, are related to this stoichiometry. Is when we are using the molarity concentration term to measure the unknown solution concentration, then we need to balance the equation. When we are balancing the equation is related to stoichiometry, is it not? So in balancing the equation we will get N1 N2 value, and V1, that is the unknown solution volume we are taking, and thereby it is measured, it is known, and that molarity, that is concentration of that solution, that is the ultimate purpose of this experiment. And then M2, standard solution concentration, already known, because standard solution, the meaning itself is nothing but known concentrated solution, is it not? And V2 is measured from burette reading. Clear? With all these, after knowing V1, M2, V2 and N1, N2, we can measure M1. Clear? This total process of finding the unknown solution concentration with the help of a known solution, that is nothing but with a standard solution, the total process is known as titration. Here in titration, depending on the involved components, here acid and base are taken, hence it is acid base titration, and in case oxidant and reductants are taken, then it is redox titration. Like that, the name is, the total process is no doubt at all it is titration, but whether it is acid base titration or whether it is redox titration, that depends on the components involved in that particular titration. Are you clear with this one, in this method? And now in case if molarity is measured in terms of molarity, this is law of neutralization, but when if normality of the standard solution is given and normality of the unknown solution is asked, then we need not balance the equation, because as per normality, the law of neutralization is nothing but N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. There is no need to balance the equation when the concentration term used in titrations are normality. Clear? And with this law of neutralization, these are the process of titration. Just you remember, process is nothing but finding unknown solution concentration with the help of known concentrated solution. And here the experiments are conducted like this. When molarity is taken, we need to balance the equation. When normality is taken, we need not balance the equation. But the law of neutralizations are applicable like this. Either it may be acid or it may be base. Clear? And like that, when in coming session we are going to discuss about what is happening, what is the relation between the reactants, that is either it may be acid base or it may be oxidant and reductant, and how they are related exactly at neutralization, what is happening. All these we will discuss in the coming session. Okay, thank you.